What's going on everyone? If you watched my previous videos, you already know that I'm tweaking my setup constantly and I'm trying to find tools that actually stick. So I figured it out that is the time to give you a full rundown of my coding and content creation setup. So I will take everything from IDEs to all the tools I'm using for content creation and to increase my productivity while working. So without further ado, let's get into it. So the very first thing I have to do is to hide my desktop icons because it stacks up and I will have a bunch of visual clutter because I'm taking screenshots constantly and they are stored up on my desktop, and if I don't hide that, it will look like a mess when I try to record it. As for the dock, I like to keep it small because I don't want it to occupy too much space on the screen, and as for magnification, I like to have a little bit of magnification because I don't want to stare at the screen trying to figure out what icon is there. And for hot corners, I've got the top left set up with a screensaver, so if I want to quickly put my MacBook on screensaver, it's clutch, and the bottom right is set to open a note, so if I want to jot down something really quick instead of going into Finder and searching for the Notes app, it's really a helpful shortcut. That's it for the system settings, and as you noticed, it's nothing crazy, it's just small stuff that keeps my workspace clean. My main idea lately has been VS Code because I also started creating websites recently. Honestly, it's a bit of an adjustment to use VS Code because I'm so used to the Xcode shortcuts, and it's totally weird to switch from one IDE to another, and your brain thinks that you need to use the shortcuts from VS Code when you're in Xcode and vice versa. But VS Code is so flexible at web stuff that it's hard to avoid. Then there is Xcode, which I use to build iOS apps. In my opinion, Xcode looks better than VS Code because it's kinda cleaner, and honestly I understand the interface more than the VS Code, but it's not a problem because they have different purposes. So if you're building iOS apps or just want to start learning iOS, you must use Xcode because there is no other way to do that. For AI coding, I don't use the built-in terminal, I use Warp instead. A really cool thing is that you can keep your terminals organized because you have this sidebar where you can see all the tabs that you have opened instead of the default terminal, and with the default terminal I was struggling a little bit because I was forgetting which tab is each and it was a bit of a mess. Another thing I like is that they have a bunch of themes that you can choose from, and they are default ones, so you don't need to install any third party for that. By the way, I forgot to mention, but I'm not sponsored by any of these tools, so moving on to the next tool, which is called Bruno. Honestly, I found this tool recently and it's like a Postman, but it has a generous free trial because on Postman you are limited to a certain number of collections, and on Bruno you just can create them freely. Also, Bruno has an intuitive interface and I don't feel like the need to relearn the whole interface because it's a similar interface to Postman. Moving on to a screenshot tool I use a lot when I'm taking screenshots of my code because I don't want them to look plain. The tool I'm talking about is SuperSnap, and actually it's a tool that I built myself, so if you want to check it out, it's a link in the description. You have a lot of gradients that you can pick from, and you can actually use the privacy mode to hide important data from your screenshot like API keys, emails, numbers, and so on. Moving on to the browser which I'm using, and actually there are two browsers because I'm using one when I'm recording my videos and the second one is my main browser. So starting off with the browser that I'm using in most of my videos, which is the Zen browser, which has a clean interface and I really like that. And you can play with the theme, you can change the transparency, so if you want it more liquid glass fluff, you can do it. But my main browser is still Google Chrome because I'm so used to it, I've been using it for a couple of years and all my accounts are linked there. I know it's not as clean as looking as Zen, but that reason is not making me switch to another browser, honestly. For taking notes during meetings, to writing my video scripts and also managing my life, I'm using Notion. I find it very helpful and I honestly compare it with Apple Notes but on steroids. You can build complex tables, organize almost everything. You can also chat with an AI agent that can help you. I honestly don't do that, but you can do that if you want. From this whole list, I feel that this tool is a productivity machine, if I can say that. And I'm talking about Raycast because it's a Finder on steroids, and also you can use it as a window manager, you can install plugins, and you can also use a color picker, a color palette from it, and many more things. I installed a plugin recently that allows me to lock my keyboard, so you can lock your keyboard to clean up your laptop, and When I was cleaning my laptop, I usually press random buttons, opening random windows, or even starting random processes in the background, which was painful to me. So I replaced Finder with this tool because when I was using Finder, if I was typing, for example, Claude, and the entire name of the app, it wouldn't find the app, and I don't know what's happening there, but it's not okay. So we finished up with the coding and the productivity tools, and we are moving on to the creative side of things. So starting off with OBS Studio, which is the tool that I'm using for screen recording, and it's extremely simple, and I don't have many things to say about it because you just set up your configuration for the video, like you set to recording 2K, 4K, you just hit rec and stop and the video is done. And after that video is done, you need to move into a video editing software, and this is where your boy cooks these videos, and I'm using DaVinci Resolve for that. I'm doing everything from color grading, sound design, to exporting these videos in this place, and I'm not using Adobe Premiere Pro or CapCut because they are running on a subscription based model, and with DaVinci you just use it for free, or if you want more out of it, you can just pay a lifetime deal. You heard correctly, a lifetime deal, not an annual subscription, not a monthly subscription, and it's extremely good as a tool overall. For making these slick thumbnails, I'm using Affinity. Before discovering this tool, I was bouncing between Figma and Adobe Lightroom for color grading and editing. I'm still pretty new to it, and I don't know where things are actually located, and I'm still working with tutorials aside, but I'm sure with more practice it will smooth out the interaction the more I use it. So yeah, that's my MacBook setup for coding, productivity and content creation. Let me know what you would change, and if you have any other tool recommendations, let them in the comments. Thanks for watching all the way to the end, and I will see you in the next one.